had our Lite Ace for pretty much a year now, and we're more than happy with it as a delivery vehicle. Might only have a 1.45-liter engine, but we use this primarily to deliver our cabinets, which weigh as much as like a person, and we carry four at a time. And big change from our previous delivery vehicle, which is a statics. The guy who drives is very happy. Sobrang tipid daw, sir. I won't be surprised. Why? Because even though it has the same engine as the Avanza and the Rush, it's in a lighter body. So as you can see here, it's basically sheet metal. It's horribly light. And I think it's time that we gave it a little bit more power, give it a little bit more oomph, and that's why we'll be installing Unichip on this one. So here we'll take a closer look at the engine. So it's under the seat here. So that's the engine itself. This is the intake. That's the intake manifold here. Then this is the throttle. So it all goes in there. It's actually tilted about six. If it's not 45, it's about 60 degrees. So the engine is tilted that way. This is the intake. Probably won't be doing an exhaust anymore on this one. This is the computer box here, right there. So this is where we're going to be tapping the Unichip. So this is the wiring harness. Here's our diagram. It's about how many wires are we tapping? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're tapping 9 wires, and this is where it connects to the Unichip. Pretty much we think it'll be the same starting program as the Avanza and the Rush. Power-wise, we're looking at around 12, 15, 20 if we're lucky. Because that's the highest we've ever seen from just tuning alone from the 1.5 engine. I believe we already baseline dyno this car, so it's around 70, 75 horse in stock form. I don't think we'll reach 100, but 20 horse doesn't sound so bad. I get this question quite a bit from people who have delivery vehicles. So, like this one, purely commercial one. So, Lite Ace, L300, Kia K2700, old Starex. Even for if you're using it for Grab, is it worth it to install a Unichip or to tune these vehicles? The short answer is yes, because it's very simple. For the price of the Unichip is 35,000. Let's say you divide that by the life of the car that you're expected to use it. Let's not even use 2 years. Let's use 5 years. So you keep your delivery car for as long as possible. So in 5 years' time, that's 60 months. So the price of acquisition divided by 60 comes out only 583 per month. That's 5 years. That's no interest. So I would dare say that the amount of fuel that you save is definitely more than 583. So if you do that kind of math, then yes, it makes a lot of sense. Aside from the fact that there's more power, you can carry a little bit more load, travel a little bit faster to where you're going. But again, this is the magic number. Put it at 600 pesos per month. The fuel savings is definitely worth more than that if you are using this, let's say, for long travel like this one. We use it everywhere. Alabang, Cavite, Batangas. The farthest it went was Tarlac. So if you drive that much mileage in a month, this figure is nothing, and you'll definitely make this amount over. So that's the reason why it's worth it, especially for, again, commercial vehicles, which gets used pretty much day in, day out, all 8 hours a day. Because if you buy something like this and it's not out on the road, that means it's not doing any delivery, it's not picking up any supplies, it doesn't help your business. So the least time it spends here in the shop, the more time spent outside, it's the more time that you're utilizing it, and you're getting the maximum usage out of something like this versus, say, your Toyota Corolla, which you drive to and from the office. These things accumulate a lot more miles. It makes more sense to have these things tuned from a business perspective. Well, not quite the 20 horse I hoped for, so it's about 15, 13 horses more. So our baseline was actually 72 horses, and now we're at 84.58. Let's put it at 85 for all intents and purposes. So we got about 13 horse more. We went from 95 Newton meters to 115 Newton meters, so that's about 20 right there. But the big increase is here at the bottom end. You can see here, there's the torque here is pretty low at 182.5, which is pretty much where this car spends 99% of its time, up to about here 3,000. So it's only about 60 Newton meters and goes up to about 80. So now for the same RPM range, we have a lot more, even more, pretty much peak torque at 4,000. We now make it at 1,000, 2,000 RPM, and then at about 2.7, we're at 110. So this explains yung sibat na hinahanap ng tao. So why when you step on the pedal, there's suddenly a lot more go. It's not the power that you feel; it's actually the torque. This power figure here, the 13 horses, happens at 6,000 RPM. So that only happens if you're ready to 6,000, nowhere else. But that initial pull and tug and what pushes you back the seat, it's the increase in torque here at the low end RPM. Now, Edison, let's talk to the driver who drives this 99% of the time. Oh, testing, pagbalik mo, malakas o ano? I don't think he'll lie to me. Oh well, he's back. Ah, lumas. Kaya mo ba paiyakin? Kaya mo paiyakin? Good, sumisibat daw. Well, that's pretty much it. And remember the figure I showed you guys a while ago, the 540 pesos. So again, I expect that with the amount of usage we use on this thing, we will definitely save more than 500 pesos worth of fuel on this in a month's time. So that's the beauty of when you tune the car, and that's the real world economic benefits. Not just the additional power, and obviously he likes to drive it more now. Malakas may bate, he'll get the delivery faster too.